board meeting order, so let's go ahead and stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great, thank you, everybody. So, board members, let's go ahead and on number 3, approval of agenda. Let's go ahead and take some time to look over the agenda items. All right, does anybody want to call for a motion?
I make a motion that we approve tonight's agenda. Second?
Second, all right. With the motion and second on the floor, we can go ahead and vote to approve, we can vote on item 3 to approve the agenda. I'll vote aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right, thank you. With 4 board members present, our agenda is approved. All right, we'll move on to item B, awards and presentations. There's none this evening. So on to item C, call to public. Do we have any call to public this evening? Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. The board invites the viewpoints of citizens throughout the district and considers the responsible presentation of these viewpoints vital to the efficient operation of the district. The board also recognizes its responsibility for the proper governance of the schools and therefore the need to conduct its business in an orderly and efficient manner. The board therefore established the following procedures to receive input from citizens of the district pursuant to Federal Public Law 103-382, Title 8, Impact 8, and the District Indian Education Policy, IHBJ. A, individuals may address the board on any subject. B, the board president shall be responsible for recognizing speakers, maintaining proper order and decorum, and adhering to the 3-minute time limit. C, the board expects that citizens who address the board will present concerns regarding the activities in question rather than make personal attacks upon board members, district personnel, or other persons in attendance or absent.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Burton. Do we have any call to the public this evening?
No.
All right, no call to the public. We will go ahead and proceed to item D, the consent agenda. Let's go ahead and take a few moments to read over the consent agenda. Are there any questions regarding the consent agenda this evening?
I don't have any questions.
No? Debbie, do you have any questions about the consent agenda?
I do not, thank you.
All right, okay, with that said, do we have a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
Okay, I make a motion that we approve tonight's consent agenda. I second.
All right, with that, with the motion and second on the floor, I'll go ahead and we can proceed with a vote. I vote aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right, thank you. With 4 board members present, the consent agenda is approved. Thank you. So we'll proceed now to item E, old business.
All right, so we have the ASBA political agenda. The final draft has been approved. So you guys have the political agenda in your guys' board book. We have Todd Wilcox as the delegate that will be attending on Saturday. So if you have any questions about the political agenda, you can let Todd know so he can speak on our behalf regarding anything on that agenda. And from what I understand, you can approve or not approve it, but either way, that's the agenda that's set from ASBA.
All right, thank you, Dr. Martinez, for that information. So again, just to clarify then, so we wouldn't ask questions right now, you would direct questions to me, and then I would bring them up at the
Correct.
the delegation meeting.
Yes.
happening following the law conference, right? So I know that Mrs. Burton did have questions, so I think, yeah, just write down or email any questions you have and then give them to
Okay,
me.
all right,
Then I can go and make sure that they're addressed or answered at that
okay,
delegation meeting.
okay.
But it looks like we do need to go ahead and approve the agenda as presented, the political agenda as presented by ASBA. Dodie, were you able to read over that? Okay, does anybody want a motion to approve?
I so move that we approve the political agenda submitted by Arizona School Boards Association.
All right, thank you. A second?
I second it.
All right, thank you. All right, with the motion and second on the floor, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote to approve the political agenda. I'll vote in aye.
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 Aye, all right, thank you. With 4 board members present, we approve the political agenda as presented. Thank you. All right, item F, number 1, qualified evaluators.
All right, so you have your list of qualified evaluators. The one addition that we have is Chelsea Dre, the new principal at Jefferson. She is on the list and she has gone through the training. We will be sending our 2 new instructional coaches to training, which is Claire Seal and Taylor Mills. They'll both be attending. And from this list, we'll make sure that anybody that has a direct relationship in the school is evaluated by somebody different. So for instance, Jackson Leonard won't be evaluated by Amanda since they're related. It'll be another evaluator, and as well as Christy Bratt and Larissa Richards. So just making sure that that's fair.
I appreciate that, Dr. Martinez. And then the other request that I wanted to kind of bring up was the trying to, if it's okay to make sure that that evaluator is on, you know, if it's stationed or at that school, I guess.
Right,
Yeah.
as
yeah.
much as possible. Like the
Exactly.
instructional coaches, it's a little bit
They kind of
difficult,
rotate around and not,
but
yeah.
as long as they have some direct contact with that
Mhm.
person,
Yeah, to kind of give like a fair evaluation.
Correct.
And that's kind of where, yeah, that concern came about. All right, thank you for that information. All right,
I have a question.
yes, okay, good.
Okay, I'm really not familiar with the evaluators, so what do they do? And I'm sorry I didn't ask you that question
That's
because
okay.
it just bypassed my mind when we were meeting, but what does a qualified evaluator do?
so
What do
they evaluate the teachers or the classified staff at their site.
Okay,
So when I was principal at Jefferson, I would evaluate all of the teachers and the support staff.
okay.
So usually it's each principal or director that evaluates their employees.
Oh, okay, all right.
Mhm.
And the classified, are evaluated by who?
So, for instance, Leanne, she will evaluate Loretta, and Steve
Oh,
will
okay,
evaluate the
okay.
2
Okay.
computer techs. So the people underneath them, the employees underneath them,
Okay,
they'll
all right.
evaluate their performance.
Within that department, so,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it's specifying. So it's every year we have to approve the
Yeah,
evaluators.
okay, all right,
Okay,
now I know.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for your question.
Mr. Wilcox, I have a question. Okay, if you're like the administrator and you have a employee that is a sister, brother, or whatever, a relative, how do they evaluate them if another evaluator comes in and hasn't observed them? Do they go in and periodically take notes, or how does that transpire? I'm a little in the dark.
Right, exactly like you just said. So, let's say the instructional coaches last year, Marie Putman was a qualified evaluator, so she was based out of Bonnie Brennan. So she was able to, see Miss Bratt's interactions with kids, how she did it on a daily basis. And then part of the evaluation is also their state test scores. So that part goes in, which is something that you just get from the state, you know, their test scores. But it's always gonna be someone that's on site that can see their performance.
Performance, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, with that, is there any other questions? All right, so we can go ahead and proceed. Is there a motion on the floor?
I make a motion that we approve the qualified evaluators.
Second?
All right, so we can go ahead and proceed with a vote. Aye.
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 Aye. All right, thank you. With 4 board members present, we approve the qualified evaluators as presented. So we'll move on to new business item 2, 504 coordinators.
So our two 504 coordinators, the K-6 coordinator will be Mrs. Richards this year, and Travis Dooley will continue to do 712.
Okay,
So we split it up, elementary and secondary.
that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about this item?
I don't have
I
any.
don't either.
Okay.
Mr. Lockhart.
Well, I don't have any questions either. Motion?
Okay, I make a motion that we approve the 504 coordinators for tonight as presented.
I second.
All right, with the motion and second, I will go ahead and start with the vote. I vote aye.
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 Aye, right, thank you. With 4 board members present, we approve the 504 coordinators as presented. Moving on to new business item 3, athletic participation for in-boundary online charter school students.
All right, so we have Mr. Greer, the athletic director, who has submitted a request for the board to approve the participation in school activities for the in-boundary online charter school students. This needs to be approved prior to the start of school, and he's asking for the board to set the fee between $200 and $300 for the students because they don't bring revenue into our school as they don't attend Winslow. So it's the amount that you guys decide upon. And I did ask Mr. Greer to come, so if you guys have any questions on the amount of students that we typically have or any other questions, he's here to answer.
Great, thank you for that. And then as far as the information I received is the students that, are these charter students, charter school students, right now the fee is the same as our district students are paying. So it's $65 per sport, right?
Correct.
Yeah, $65, so. And then could you kind of give, if you know any information as far as like the range of some of our nearby schools and their fees?
Sure, the range is very broad.
Okay.
It kind of surprised me. And again, I know we talked about this last year because it's something that's annually has to be done. And as Dr. Martinez said, it has to be done before the first day of school.
Okay.
So, and there's a difference. I think a lot of parents and community members get confused because there's a difference between homeschooled and being at home, attending school as an online charter student. And actually the state of Arizona, the last couple of years, threw a whole nother caveat in because then you also have homeschool students that are receiving funding through ESA empowerment scholarships. And so the Department of Education came out a couple of years ago with their determination on that. And school districts are allowed to treat students who are receiving ESA scholarships as their own, basically, micro school. So a lot of school districts that do pass this, they include ESA students on this where they also have to pay a fee because, again, no funding is coming. Because a homeschool student, based on the state statute, one, they have to have an affidavit in with the county superintendent, and it has to be on file. And then the instruction has to come from somebody that lives in the household. They're welcome to use a program, but someone specific has to oversee the instruction. With ESA and then with online charter school, no funding is coming to our district for those students. And the instruction, a lot of times, comes from a specific school that is receiving that funding. And so that's why a lot of school districts, when they do approve this, COVID really changed the landscapes. You didn't really used to have a whole lot of kids that got online. There is more students that are doing online schooling from home, but their funding goes elsewhere. It doesn't come here. And so you see a lot of school districts that will include a higher registration fee or a roster fee for them. Most schools around the 200 to 300 page, I was very surprised. They actually charged $2,500 last year per sport.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that, and just kind of reading in between the lines a little bit, a lot of that was due to the ESA and a lot of pressure that the parents of the ESA students they have in their community were putting in the athletic department, so that was kind of their way of handling it a little bit, as they went to a larger roster fee. So we don't, I think, face the same situation that they're in. I would not be comfortable comfortable going nearly anything that high, but I do think a higher roster fee for students, that are online charter school or ESA does make a lot of sense.
Mhm. Question, so, I'm sorry, really quick, in this, item though, it just indicates online students or charter students. Would this also include the ESA?
It's
and
towards the
homeschool?
bottom of the memo in there,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it does. The
So it includes
suggestion
all.
is to include ESA.
So, okay, so it's all inclusive, all right.
I'd just like to say that I've been talking to Ricky about this,
Uh-huh,
and not only are they bringing nothing, no, we don't get any money for them, but also some of the times they're taking our students' place, and sometimes they're not returning the equipment back because they have no recourse. They, if someone doesn't return the equipment, then we can always, we have to make the parents pay. They can't get their grades, or we have protocol we go by if our students don't return the equipment. But if one of those charter school kids, they can just leave and we don't have any recourse. So if he's saying between $200 and $300, I think we should go ahead and say $250.
okay,
I would like to say and recommend 300.
all right. So Debbie, Dodie did indicate, she's recommending 300, the
Okay,
$300
that's
fee.
fine.
Okay.
How many students do we have that fit, that actually participate?
I know if we had one student that was traditional homeschool at the high school and one at the junior high.
Mhm.
Online, we had a couple students interested, but the main one that was super interested actually lived in Loop, so we had to tell her, sorry,
Oh,
you don't
okay.
live in our attendance boundary.
Exactly.
If you're gonna, play sports, it'd have to be in Flag Unified. So we didn't have any last year, that actually used this.
Mhm.
But there are, like we said, there are several students that are online at home, that this would give them ability to play if they want to.
All right. So it's not too many students, it sounds like?
Correct.
But still, I mean, and as indicated, there's no recourse for those students because they don't, they might not return equipment, grades and everything like that. You said that's another issue, is that correct, or?
Actually, with online charter students, it's a little bit easier for their grades because they're going to a school. It's real easy for them just to print out a grade report and bring it
Okay.
to us. Where a homeschool student, the person doing the instruction just writes their grades or emails their grades over,
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
Okay.
you actually, it's nicer that you actually have a grade report from the school.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts, Isabel?
Yeah, I do. What President Martinez is talking about as far as the students not returning their uniforms, I could see that. But I also could see parents that are, I don't want to fault parents for if they want to do online, schooling for their, or, what do you call it? Yeah, online schooling for their children. And then, not only that, I don't want, I don't know, I know it was 65 before, and so, how long has it been 65?
For our roster, 65 has been the last several years, but
Okay,
last year was the first year Winslow Unified approved this and allowed online charter students to participate. Before that,
mhm,
because the way the AI bylaw states, they're not eligible.
okay,
So the way the AI bylaw reads is you have to compete in sports
mhm,
at the school in which you attend.
okay, all right,
This is the exception. They did put an exception in for online charter students. If a school board approves before the start of the school year, and those student lives in their boundary, then they would be eligible. That's the only way. So the local school board has to approve them to do so.
so the homeschool students, and if they decide that they want to play for Winslow Unified, they would be charged between $300 if we approve it,
On
right?
traditional homeschool, no.
Okay,
Traditional homeschool, the state law says if they live in your boundaries, you're eligible. So the AIA doesn't have a bylaw for that.
Okay,
So, and then we, just traditional homeschool, we just charge them the regular roster fee.
okay,
So this would only be for online charter students or students who are receiving
the
an ESA empowerment scholarship.
ESA, okay.
okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Mr. Wilcox, I would like to motion that we make the fee for $300.
All right, so there is a motion for approving the fee at $300. Is there a second?
I'll
I'll
second.
second.
Okay, all right, so there's a second on the floor. Okay, with that said, we can go ahead and vote on this item, approving the participation fee for in-boundary online charter school students at $300. I'll say aye.
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 All right, with 4 board members present, we've, I guess, approved the item at $300. $300 participation fee. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Greer.
Thank you, Mr. Greer. I think you're up next
Yeah.
for the next one too. Okay, so we'll go back to, for new business, item 4, approve the decision, or say, declaration of membership statement.
All right, so this one is routine procedure for the district to agree to conduct the school's AIA program in accordance to the AIA Constitution, bylaws, policies, and procedures. Any questions for Mr. Greer? This is routine procedure,
It
correct?
is, it's something it's in their bylaws. If you're a member school,
You have to agree.
you have to adhere to them. But this just, there was a lawsuit over football reclassification several years ago that 4 different member schools sued the AIA. And so this just became kind of a procedural thing after that, where it's in writing every year, the school district agrees. It just helps in any type of litigation, so.
All right,
It's just a yearly thing.
okay. Any questions? All right, so,
Okay, I make a motion that we approve the AIA Declaration Membership Statement as
Second.
presented.
all right, second by Jody. Latoya, so with that, we'll go ahead and proceed with the vote. I vote aye.
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 Aye, all right, with 4 board members present, we have approved a declaration of membership statement to the AIA. Thank you. All right, so that brings us to reports. Item 1, superintendent report.
Okay, I have Slade Roofing that will be repairing the Jefferson roof, and it will be finished prior to the start of school. Next, we are getting new bids for the IA and transportation building to get the AC units installed. So we're waiting for the bid for those 2 buildings to come back. Mr. Hancock has resubmitted the work order to FSB for the installation of the units at the high school gym. Our rep right now is currently on vacation, but we'll check with him when he returns next week to see where we're at with that. The travel bus situation, Mr. Hancock sent them a pretty rough email today asking them for proof that what they're saying is getting done is actually getting done. And he got a phone call immediately from that, and they will be sending us emails for documentation that what they're saying is getting done is actually getting done. And so we're hoping that that kind of lights their fire to get those buses here.
Yes.
The solar panels from Heart of America have been completed on 20 houses on the reservation. And that's a big thank you to Leanne and Loretta for their help and support to make that happen. We did post some of those pictures on our website, so that was nice of them to take pictures and get all that work done. LCMC has hosted the sports physical clinic yesterday, and they had approximately 60 physicals completed, and they charged them $20 each, and they are also going to be giving back 100% of those proceeds back to the district. So I really appreciate their generosity and their partnership.
Another one tomorrow.
Yep, and they will host another event tomorrow from 4:30 to 7:30 in the same place. So I appreciate their partnership in getting those students eligible to participate in our sports. I'm excited to have Bryce Barris joining us at the high school to teach science, and Jackson Leonard coming back as a parapro. I know they're both Winslow grads, and it's always nice to bring people back to work for our district that have graduated from here. A thank you to Mrs. Richards and Mr. Dooley for taking on the 504 coordinator position. I know it's extra work for them, but I appreciate their dedication to that. Ms. Lopez, I'd like for you guys to keep her in your thoughts. She hasn't been able to attend school recently, and just as a district, I'd like to keep her in all of our thoughts. And lastly, gearing up for the start of the school year, I'm excited to kick off July 31st. Hopefully you all can come to the 11:30 luncheon at the Student Union, and then our yearly meeting will start at 2 o'clock at the PAC. So just want you to know you're invited to both of those, and I'm excited to start off the school year.
Is there 2 p.m. meeting?
2 p.m. is the meeting, and 11:30 is lunch at the student union.
7:31.
Yes.
Right, thank you for your report, Dr. Martinez. Debbie, do you have a report for us?
Yeah, I'm just on the board with Dr. Martinez. I'd like to, give another shout out to Lowe's Travel Stock for the $5,000 donation. You know, as a new business in town, they've only been open a few weeks and they're already reaching out to help our district. I think we should all support that out there, anything that they do, because they are supporting the youth of our community. I'd also like to thank Bryce Barris and Jackson for Bryce for stepping up and wanting to make that change to the science department. I'm really excited for that. And for Jackson returning, because I know he was gonna go to school, and I'm not sure what happened with that, but now he's returning back, and he just does an amazing job with those kids. I also like to thank Mrs. Richards for taking Dr. Martinez's job with the 504. And I'd really like to thank Travis Udall and LCMC, because he did this last year where anybody that did physicals, he donated 100% of the proceeds back, and they don't have to do that. That's just something he does to support our district also. So I'd like to thank Travis and all the people who make that happen at LCMC. And I want to encourage the admin to please encourage your staff to show up at the luncheon and for the motivational speaker or back to school event next Thursday. I think it's real important that everybody attends that. I think it's really, really something that Amber's tried hard to get going, so I would encourage the admin to encourage their staff to show up. And last but not least, I would like to say a prayer for Mrs. Lopez. I know she's been battling pretty hard, not feeling real good the last few weeks, and I think that if we all keep her in our prayers and let her know that we're thinking about her, it's going to be a positive thing for her, and that she'll just fight them much harder. And thank you, Todd, for stepping in tonight. I'm so sad I couldn't be there. I'm sitting over here in the patio watching the waves in Cabo, so thank you for doing that for me, but I needed a break, and I'll be refreshed Monday to come back, and that's all I have.
All right. Thank you for that, President Martinez. Enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Yes, I
So, so we'll go ahead and move along to board member comments. I'll start. I just wanted to again give a shout out to Leanne Boley and Loretto with the Heart of America event, or their project that they're doing, because I know you did that in partnership with Holbrook, our fellow school district down the road, which is awesome. Also for the Bulldogs Nest, I've just been hearing some really positive things about it, so that's really good to know. And then also to Ricky for I was really happy to see the recommendations for the coaching and kind of getting everything structured and really providing that support to our students and their programs and seeing the needs and identifying those. I want to just give you the thank you for that. I thought that was really good. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to the new school year. I'll do my best to try to be at the event next week. And then I do have a question. Who's going to be the speaker?
Dave Weber.
Dave Weber, okay, great. All right, and that's all I have to share. Thank you. Mrs. Britton?
Okay. I want to thank everybody for your attendance tonight. I know, and thank you for clarifying some things to me. You'll probably be asking a lot of questions. I'm still learning, so thank you. I also know that I also appreciate that you also worked out at Hopi. I'm enrolled under the Hopi tribe, but I'm Tewa. So thank you for helping our people out. And then I also want to thank Mr. Dewey and Mrs. Richardson in doing the 504. And I know, like you have mentioned, it's the extra load on them, but they're so committed. And I think, I'm really thankful to the educators that will go up and beyond to help, our children out. And also when I was driving over here, I passed Jefferson and I seen a lot of students, a lot of kids out there I think they were practicing for football, and there's some cheerleaders out there. And I just want to thank the principals for letting and thank you for letting parents and students go out there and play sports. It's such a good feeling seeing them utilize that area, and, I'm pretty sure that, that there's other places that they could go, but it's just a good feeling knowing that we are, that you're contributing to the community too. Okay. And other than that, I think it's good to hear about the AC units, at Jefferson, because when we did our walkthrough, it was kind of disappointing, kind of scary, because I'm thinking about the little ones there and the roof, So other than that, I don't have anything else to say. Just thank you, everybody, for being here tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Montoya.
Well, ditto to everything they said. However, I do want to thank Mr. Greer for clarity on the funds and for the students. That's very greatly appreciated, because sometimes you forget, and it's good to have someone explain. So I appreciate that. I do want to welcome back staff. Hope they had a great summer, and appreciate all they do for our students and our community. Thank you. That's it.
Much appreciated, everybody. Thank you. All right, so we'll move on to item H, number 1, future agenda items. Does anybody have
I don't know if I brought this up before or not, but maybe inviting or visiting the residential hall. Those are our students also.
Yes, he did bring that up before, and I did, actually was in contact with their home living supervisor,
What's her name?
Veda Yazzie.
Oh,
Or
Veda?
Veda Begay, yeah.
Veda
Sorry, Veda
Begay.
Begay. Yeah, so she is aware that we did request to have her present, here at the meeting. So I did pass along her contact information for Jennifer. So, but I know they're getting ready for the orientation, and we'll come back next week for their students. So, but yeah, I can pass along her contact.
Yeah, I
to you.
reached out
Okay.
and left a message. They were in a meeting, but I'm just waiting to hear back.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, they're probably, like I said, it's a busy time, but yeah, and I'm also, kind of, would like to hear from them also.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see how we can partner and, kind of strengthen the relationship we already have there, so thank you for that. Is there any other items? Concern? Debbie, do you have any future agenda items to bring forward?
No, I think not yet. I'll think of something before the next meeting, but I can't think of anything tonight.
All right, but I do wanted to ask about our work session. When, as far as like just putting on your radar a time in which we can schedule one, hopefully soon.
Yeah, I think we'll do September and March. Isn't that right, Jennifer? Late September, early October, and then February or March. But we can, I'll put that on the agenda and we can make a date for that next time.
All right, yeah, because I would just like to try to maybe schedule it sooner, since, again, with Dr. Martinez, being new, our new superintendent, we want to try to get things back in motion. I think the sooner the better. That'd just be my recommendation. Otherwise.
Let's put that on the agenda. We can talk about it next week.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right.
Mr. Wilcox,
Yes.
one more comment. We don't get young people in here very often, and I'd like to thank this young lady for coming. I didn't get her name, and I didn't want to put her on the spot, but thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Her name is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to item 2, next meeting dates. August 6th is our next meeting date, and then following that, our next scheduled upcoming meeting dates are August 20th and September 17th. I do have a question about that though. Are we gonna possibly schedule like a special meeting prior to the August 6th date? Because I know that we might have some hires coming in this week or next week. Like again before the school.
I
before
mean, it
school
could
starts.
happen. Right now, there's really nothing in the works, but, it's only
Just in
Wednesday.
case. Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah,
in case,
so I'll reach out if we need to do that.
Okay, all right, just making sure. All right, that's all. Let's move on to closing. Do we have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
Mr. Wilcox, I so move that we adjourn our meeting this evening.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Montoya. Do we have a second?
I have a second.
All right, thank you,
You have
Mrs.
it,
Bergman. Okay, so we'll go ahead and proceed with the vote. Aye.
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 Aye, all right, with 4 board members present, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Debbie.